Winnie the Pooh told his friends how lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. I'm grateful that after 37 years in ministry in 6 churches, saying goodbye is so hard. Being the first woman pastor at most churches was never easy, but always interesting and sometimes funny. When people would come to the church for help, they'd ask to speak to the pastor. I'd say, "I'm Pastor Lynn." Sometimes I saw a look of surprise flicker, followed quickly by puzzlement as he or she decided how to address me. Some people chose a familiar greeting and said, "Father, can you help me?" But my all-time favorite greeting was Pastorette. I get it, drum majorette, pastor, pastorette. In one church, the people were not too sure about women pastors when I arrived. But as Valerie and Veronica grew up, they thought I was wonderful. They set up chairs and books at home and played church. For 15 years, I was the only pastor many of our children had ever known. And so the question the Sunday school children once asked me made good sense. "Pastor Lynn, can men be pastors too?" I said, "Yes, women and men can be pastors." God calls men and women, but nowadays many pastors think about quitting full-time ministry, and some do. So I share an encouraging word. It's not all up to you. This is how I remind myself that it's not all up to me. I preach barefoot. I've been preaching barefoot from the very beginning. A burning bush is the reason. Moses sees the burning bush. God says, "Remove your sandals, for the place on which you are standing is holy ground." I take off my shoes when I preach, because in that moment, the place on which I am standing is holy ground. Taking off my shoes reminds me to do my part, to prepare faithfully. And it reminds me that it's not all up to me. God and I are in this together. And somehow this Sunday reminder spills over into the week. Friends, be at peace. It's not all up to you. Thanks be to God